Hello, everyone. Welcome to This Day. Let me get in the center of the shot here. It is Monday, May 18th. I'm Michael Taylor. Good to be here with you on this kind of cloudy, a little bit rainy morning. I wasn't expecting the rain, but we've had a little bit of drizzle every day, and I think it's going to continue for the rest of the week. We'll talk about that more as we get into the weather segment, but let's talk about what's on our show today. We got a good one for you. Village Management Services update. We're going to be talking to Siobhan Foster here in just a minute. She's going to be telling us all about what's going on in our community and highlight some special employees that have been some great work around here as well. And then later in the program, Broadway Music Lovers Club. We always welcome them into the show. We're going to be talking about The Sound of Music. We're going to be talking about Les Mis. We're going to be talking about lots of shows that are coming up and ways you can participate and have some fun in that as well. So stay tuned for that. All right, right now, we want to keep you informed, and we got an important one for you. We're going to be talking about this with Siobhan in a minute, but the Memorial Day concert is coming up, so come and join the fun. All-American Boys Choir, the American Legion is going to be there, and lots of other folks that are going to be there, so make sure you get your tickets for that. They are available. They are free, but they are limited, so make sure you get those as soon as possible. Email and information is at the bottom of your screen. All right, let's check our weather forecast, and we got some pretty nice temperatures. We're going to have a little bit of a warm-up midweek or so. Today's going to be about 70 degrees. We got the clouds in the morning. We're going to burn off, hopefully, to mostly sunny skies in the afternoon. Same kind of thing for the rest of the week. This is May gray. This is that cycle we get into. And so we have the morning clouds burning off into mostly sunny in the afternoon. So we're going to have temperatures varying. The high is really going to be in the middle of the week at 76 degrees. Otherwise, we got some very comfortable temperatures for us. And overnight, cool temperatures as well. Let's take a look at a sunrise, sunset. We got a beautiful shot here for you. This one is over in Ludlow Cafe on Route 66. I've always wanted to do the Route 66 drive, and I think I'm going to do it in the next year or two over the summer. It should be a fun thing. Judy Blando did it. We'll have her in. I'll talk to her about it. She can give me the highlights. Thanks for sending us the photo, Judy. Sunrise this morning was 5:48. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:46. If you have a picture that you'd like to send us on Route 66 or anywhere else around our community, go ahead and send it to us. We'd love to see it. Email us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name, where you took the picture, and we'll use it in our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, we got a couple of meetings to tell you about. Then when we come back, we'll be talking to Siobhan Foster from Village Management Services with an update on what's going on right here in Laguna Woods.
Discover Canyon Spirit, the new rail journey from the creators of Rocky Mountaineer, built on decades of world-class hospitality. See the Southwest like never before. Travel only by day and enjoy panoramic glass dome views that showcase the region's most unforgettable vistas. Relax in premium comfort. Savor regionally inspired cuisine. And let the onboard hosts bring every mile to life. Seats are limited. Book your Canyon Spirit adventure now with AAA Laguna Hills.
Do you or your loved ones want to continue living at home safely, but are starting to see signs of Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's? Maybe it's recent strokes or falls. Having a caregiver at home can be the best way to keep you in home safely. Home Helpers has been providing caregivers for over 25 years. Call us today or join us at Laguna Cafe for free pie and coffee, and we'll answer your questions about caregiving. It's the first Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m., and space goes quickly, so RSVP now.
If you have hearing loss, background noise can steal the moment. At Advanced Ear Care, we're introducing Audibel Aris, a tiny AI-powered device that performs real-time situational analysis, so speech comes through clearer, while noise fades to the background. And here's the best part, our field trial. Wear them where you struggle the most, like restaurants, family gatherings, or the car, and hear the difference. Call us today for your fitting. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
And welcome back, everybody. I want to welcome to our program CEO of Village Management Services, Siobhan Foster. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks
Always
for
good to get these updates. And this month is an important month for not only people in our community, but also people who work for us here in Village Management. It is Mental Health Awareness Month.
That's correct. And we just want to remind everybody that VMS Social Services is here to help our residents maintain independence and quality of life. We have social workers available for short-term counseling, long-term care planning, and resource referrals.
That's an important thing because, you know, in a community like this, there's loss, and this is kind of something we deal with more so than other communities, and so it's great to have social workers and people here kind of can help outreach for that. So what are some of the things they can do in terms of if we want to contact and they can help with?
Sure, again, grieving the loss of a loved one, caring for an ill or aging relative, coping with a life-changing diagnosis, long-term care arrangements, just feeling overwhelmed or stressed.
Yeah, and becoming that caretaker can really be one of those things that really stresses people out. You feel like, oh, I'm doing this for my loved one, but it also can be that burden. It's great to have someone to talk to, and it's great that village management has those social services. So people can call the number on the screen to get more information
That's
about
correct, or just drop into the office, which is located downstairs on the first floor.
that. Absolutely, take advantage of that. Memorial Day's coming up.
Yes, you already kind of stole my thunder on this.
I know.
Next Monday, May 25th at 1 p.m., the All-American Boys Chorus, American Legion Post 257, and guest speakers will lead a remembrance honoring those who have died in service to our country. And the tickets, again, are available at the Performing Arts Center. There is no cost, but there is a limit, so please get your tickets early.
That's great that they come, and that's a free concert, which is wonderful.
Yes.
And I don't know if anybody's ever heard the All-American Boys Choir, but man, they're amazing. They've played at the Performing Arts Center up in Costa Mesa. They've toured the nation, so they are really an amazing group. So definitely get those tickets and get out there and see that, folks.
Thank you.
Another thing we have come into our community is a temporary fire station. Do you know the story behind this and how it kind of ended up here?
Sure, I do. OCFA, as you probably know, is constructing a new fire station. So we will have 2 serving our community.
Right.
That's going to be located at the City Center Park location, just adjacent to our building here. But that won't be finished until 2029.
So in the meantime, we got a temporary one going over in the parking lot, kind of across from here at Home Depot.
Yes, it's in the east side Home Depot parking lot, south of the former Rite Aid driveway. And it's currently going through the entitlement process with the city, so there is no ETA for it. It requires city council approval. But this, most importantly, will house the engine that's going to go in the new station, but
Okay.
we'll have it a couple of years early, which helps response times.
Absolutely, and from my understanding, I know that the response, it's one of the busiest fire stations in all of Orange County, I think, is the one that serves this community. So it definitely looks forward to some relief from that, right?
Yes, so that's exciting.
There we go. So opening officially down the line. We don't have an exact date on that one, but it's coming soon. Emergency prep for older adults.
Correct. As we enter wildfire season and so forth, there's a workshop on emergency prep for older adults, which will take place Wednesday, May 27th at 2 p.m. in Clubhouse 7. Topics include common local risks, creating an effective emergency plan, what to include in your emergency kit, and how to stay informed during a crisis. No registration is required, and you can call 949-597-4267 for additional information.
Right, and I know there's so many concerns of first older adults. It's like make sure you have enough prescriptions on hand, make sure you have those documents. When you have pets, it's can be a challenge on that one too. And in terms of an evacuation plan, if I don't drive, which is a lot of people in the older community don't drive, that there needs to be a plan around that too. So there's so much to it. So that's great information there.
Right.
Facility reservations lottery. The big lottery's coming up, and these facilities are in demand. So this is
They
one of
are.
those things that people have to really know about if they have a thing they're coming up from 2027.
That's correct. So it opened on Friday, May 15th, and it will run through June 15th, which is a Monday. And notifications on your reservations will be set by September 1st. The key details: 1 event per card or request, and a limit of 4 per club or manor. So you can pick up the lottery cards in recreation, or you
Right.
can email your requests to recreation@vmsinc.org.
Right, and people that are making the request, they also have to give you some information so they know
Yes.
what's going on there, right?
So that would be name, manor number, club or organization if that's applicable, telephone number and resident ID number, event type and number of attendees, preferred room, event date and time, including setup and takedown.
I don't have my act together for next week, and they're looking at 2027 for this. So they know what they're doing.
They do.
Yeah, but like I said, it's in demand. So get those. If you haven't done it already, and you have an event plan for 2027, get that information in there.
Correct.
Manor renovations, there's going to be a town hall. There's always questions about that. And sometimes, to be honest, the rules do change and the codes do change, so people do need to keep up. If they did one a few years back, the same things might not be applicable anymore, right?
That's correct, both here and for the city. So on Friday, June 19th, 9 a.m. to noon in Clubhouse 5. The Manor Alterations Division of VMS and the City of Laguna Woods will be hosting this workshop. Topics include such things as permit processing, improvements, flooring updates, accessibility considerations, room reclassifications, solar charging stations, and much more.
Yeah, and it's great to get out there. There's the number on the screen. Call Josh Monroy there for that. But there's always something, and people always have well, I came with this, or I have this, and there's always those kind of tweaky questions that maybe fall through the cracks. So it's definitely get out there at that town hall and get that information out there.
Yes.
All right, now I went through the list of the Employee Excellence Awards. I didn't see my name. It's clearly an oversight, but I know you want to recognize some great employees.
I do. This is a great time of year. Our Employee Excellence Awards are given out in spring and fall, recognizing our outstanding employees who might demonstrate excellent customer service, achieve great results on projects, and regularly go above and beyond their regular job duties. So I'd like to just take you through those
Absolutely,
who
yeah.
have
Let's
won,
get those
and
names on the screen.
Yes. So from our Financial Services Department, Ainsley Songalong, our payroll coordinator, and Kayla Ibale, our payroll specialist. They both were recognized.
Terrific.
From General Services, Michael Everett, who is a transportation coordinator and sometimes hops in behind the steering wheel if there's a shortage of bus drivers, but he just goes above and beyond.
Awesome.
And from Human Resources, Amy Buff, HR generalist.
There we go.
Landscaping Services recognized 4 gentlemen: Rigberto Sanchez, nursery supervisor; David Gomez, irrigation foreman; Raul Torres, irrigation foreman; and Gustavo Soto, a senior sprayer.
And I'll just say that's good you guys recognize 4, because those guys, that's a giant team, and they are constantly working. There's so many woods in Laguna Woods. They have things to do all the time.
They do. And from Resident Services, this is our first line of contact for many residents. Julio Cesar Gonzalez Padilla, he's a workflow scheduler. And Brandon Kwan, customer service representative.
Excellent.
And then from Recreation and Special Events, Judy Dilling, a golf course attendant. She's also a resident. And Deb Stewart, a part-time recreation leader.
It's kind of nice that a lot of residents who are working here are also getting recognized for the service they're doing in the community too. It's kind of great. You work here and you live here, and you make it part of your community.
Right, and they're invested in the community.
Yeah, they're invested.
So oftentimes they are our winners.
Yeah.
For Maintenance and Construction, Christiane Osborne. And from Security Services, Carmen Aguilar and Elisa Magnuson. And then lastly, but not least, our Community Services team, who helps with resales and with leasing. They've just done an outstanding job increasing their processing speeds for various applications. So we recognized, or their supervisor did the entire team, and their names are listed on the screen.
Patty, Kimberly, Roman, Angelica, Craig, Jessica, Estefane, and Selena and Robin. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Those guys are great. They do great work.
Again, if anyone sees these folks, we'd really encourage them to thank them for their outstanding service to our community.
And I know you were working on my award. You wanted to get it etched and everything, so the next time you're in, we'll get that one taken care of too.
Sounds good.
Siobhan Foster, she doesn't believe me for a second. From the CEO from VMS, thank you so much for joining us as always.
Thank you, Michael.
All right, folks, Broadway Music Lovers Club is next. I will not be singing.
For some places, care is a service. At Heritage Point, it's a commitment. Located in Mission Viejo, Heritage Point offers an environment where residents feel known, valued, and at ease. Our experienced staff build meaningful relationships that bring comfort and trust. With engaging activities designed for connection and creativity, every day brings something to look forward to. Our vibrant social dining experience is truly a welcoming environment. This is where community thrives. Visit our website or give us a call to schedule your visit today.
Ready for your dream getaway? Whether you're planning a romantic escape, family vacation, or a solo adventure, leave the important details to someone you trust. Your AAA travel advisor. As a AAA member, enjoy travel perks like exclusive member benefits, excellent value, and peace of mind knowing your trip is in good hands. So get to planning, book online, or visit your local AAA branch. Book with AAA Travel and vacation with confidence.
The Laguna Woods History Center has been capturing the legacy of our community since 1977. As a nonprofit dedicated to preserving today for tomorrow, we collect, conserve, and share the history of Laguna Woods Village, the city of Laguna Woods, and the surrounding Orange County region. Step into the past and connect with the present at your community archive. Visit us and find your place in history.
Caring Senior Service provides a variety of care services to help seniors age in place. We cook, we clean, we listen, we help, we care. And that's why we create customized care plans to enable every senior to maintain their independence. To learn more about how we can help your family, contact us today.
Are the hills still alive? Since 1950s they have been, and I think our next guests are going to say they are indeed. I want to welcome from Sound of Music folks, aficionados from the Broadway Music Lovers Club. I want to welcome Elisa Kaplan-Center and Kate Barkley. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
I tipped it off a little bit. We're going to be talking about Sound of Music, among other things, but you guys have a big thing coming up for a workshop that you're going to be teaching
Yes.
on the Sound of Music.
Yes,
Tell
our
me about
June
this.
program for the Broadway Music Lovers Club in dining room number 1. We're going to explore the history of the Sound of Music. We're going to take a look at who did it, the creation, the history of it, and then maybe do some songs and explore, some of the music that touched you.
Yeah. What's interesting is Rodgers and Hammerstein wrote it. It was their last musical that they wrote together. And actually, Edelweiss was the last song that he wrote before he died.
Oh.
But what's so interesting about it is that he wrote that song for the show, but people who lived in Austria would come up to him and say, I've always loved this song. I remember as a child singing it. And he just, that's how much it was entwined in the zeitgeist of the Austrian people, which was so
And we were
amazing.
just talking, there's trips now where you can go see where the Von Trapp family lived.
Right, there's Sound of Music tours kind of
Exactly.
thing.
Salzburg.
Yeah. Well, what happened was in 1958, they came across their story.
Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Yes, they
Right.
came across the Von Trapp story, they explored it, they wrote about it, they developed it, and that's how they created the musical.
I mean, one of the things that we learned about Rodgers and Hammerstein early on was their musicals are about social issues.
Right.
You know, South Pacific, it's about prejudice, and is there a reason to be prejudiced because who you're in love with is a Frenchman with kids or a young, Pacific Islander. Well, it's this thing with the Nazis, and is this right? Is this wrong? What did, we know about it? And so always, even though it's fun and beautiful music, there's a lesson behind it. What do you do?
And also, this music really transcended. They won a Grammy Award.
Right.
It became a movie, and the music is, you talk to anybody in the world, and they can list at least 5 songs from the show. I mean, we were discussing,
Right. And the fame, like you said, it became a movie, so it transcends it goes everywhere, even with places that have never seen a play before. You've heard of the movie, you've heard the soundtrack. When I was a little kid, one of my first albums I bought when was Sound of Music.
Yes. How many people don't, how many
I'd
people
never seen the
know?
movie, I'd never seen the play. I learned the music before I ever saw anything.
Well, also, like to our audience out there, I watch it every year when it's on in the spring. I know when it's on. I wait for it to be on. I even tape it. I'm like, you've seen it for 60 years. So, but also, I mean, what does it do for you? Kate and I were talking. She played Liesel.
Oh, I played Liesel when I was in summer stock. And so there was all that going on. And one of the places that I did theater was in Stowe, Vermont, which is where the Von Trapp family moved to. And Maria Von Trapp would come to the shows. And she was a very funny character. She'd be sitting in the audience, and all of a sudden you'd hear, "Speak up!" You're like, oh my God, Maria's here.
You're not doing it right.
The only one allowed to do that during a show. Now, this is all about the workshop and all this kind of stuff. We're doing this because you guys are going to the Sound of Music, and you're bringing some club members,
so
right?
I am going. We've got one person going so far with me on June 13th.
Okay.
It's at Segerstrom Hall. There are single tickets available.
Okay.
I looked on the map. I'm a season ticket holder, so it's part of my package.
Oh,
But
okay.
if anybody wants to go and join us, contact me there and we'll try to carpool. Maybe we'll have lunch to discuss it before or after. Actually, I'm also going to be going to see Phantom of the Opera in August. I think it's August 22nd. But if you're interested in going, let me know.
Busy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you also have some other things going on. Tell us about July's program.
Sure. So I'm actually musically directing a Broadway concert.
Okay.
We are going to be doing songs from 20 Broadway shows. And I created the project. I have a team of writers, and we're going to basically do it in concert form, like a Patti LuPone getting up on stage and Bernadette Peters belting it out and singing. And I've constituted a really nice group of 10 people. And we're working actually on upping our tech at the Clubhouse 7. So you'll see some surprises.
Okay. And tell me about Les Mis.
Les Mis?
Am I wrong with?
Well, Les Mis will be one of the songs.
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Les Mis is one of the songs. Okay.
It's got a variation of many different songs,
Okay.
so that you can see how all of Broadway is not just one way.
Right.
I mean, in the 40s, 50s, 60s, there were a lot of them. But once you started getting from the 60s into the 70s, it
Right.
started to get a little, mod, modern kind of thing. They were using electric, instruments and that kind of thing. But Les Mis was interesting. When auditions for Les Mis were happening in Manhattan, they kept saying, we just want kind of rough people. We don't want polished singers.
Right.
So we're all like, oh great. So we're putting dirt on our face and coming in torn
Yeah.
clothing just to give them the hint.
And it's so funny because we were
an
in New York
urchin.
at the same time. I auditioned for Les Mis, I auditioned for Phantom. That was the thing. We waited in line for hours with
Wow.
thousands of other people. Who did I want to be? Fontino. There were so many characters that we could have been. And here we are in Laguna Woods Village, doing it up right here. But
Talking
yeah.
it all,
And the 1980s were really a very powerful time in New York. We had Phantom, and things actually
Right.
came from England too, So we had the West End. Kate can speak about London, about what was going on
Chorus
there.
line was still going on big in the 80s as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chorus Line's
Yeah.
been going on,
I think it was 25 or 30 years at least
Right.
it ran.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was the first one where we talked about where they were meshing and having what's called triple threat, singer, dancer, actor. Now, the show in London that really pulled the dance in was Cats, because they had not had dance heavy shows like that. So you have, interesting. Well, Lloyd Webber, all of his shows started in London and then came to, New York. And here's a lot of shows start here and go there. So there's a real intertwine.
Actually, there's a new musical, I don't know if it's off-Broadway or on Broadway, called Jellicle Ball.
Yes.
And what do you think? What show is that from?
Cats.
That one I don't know. Okay.
And then there's another one called Titanic.
I'm going to guess that one.
Yeah, and I think they're also doing one for Phantom, and it's sort of an immersion. So they're starting in New York to take their musicals and then create them into all-encompassing experiences.
And I want to tell you something that's really fun about the creation of a show. Kate and I met at an audition in someone's home with 10 people in a circle talking about themselves, where they studied, what they did, and what shows they were in. And that's how we got connected. And I can tell you, as the musical director of this new project that I'm doing July 22nd, when I had my first cast meeting, we had a craft table, we had some lunch, but we got up, people talked about themselves, their personal, their professional, and we began the process. And we're rehearsing out of my studio in my home, we're rehearsing in the various studios here, and we're learning what we can do, what we can't do, and what we want to grow to. So I'm really excited. I'm also looking for real musicians to join me. I am. I'm looking for flute, violin, sax, and trumpet.
Okay.
So if there's anybody
Just
out
put the
there
word
that plays,
out.
yeah,
It's
the
out
word
there.
is out on TV6 because we're looking to buff up the orchestra.
Kate, what do you think you've kind of maybe rediscovered or learned anew with this whole Music Lovers Club that you guys have started? Because did it revitalize your just interest and love of all of this?
It did, but I mean, I had been out of it for a while, so it really sparked my enjoyment of it. But it also allowed me to start looking at newer musicals, things that were happening present day and during the time that I wasn't in New York, because I've been in California since 1987. So there's tons of shows, and I had that experience in the 80s, but the 90s, the 2000s, and on, there are so many more shows, and the styles are so different. It gives you a different technique, which is nice for singing. It's more pop sound. It's more more belty sound, less little, sweet.
It's definitely evolved from the 40s and 50s and the heyday of those kinds. But it's still going strong with things like Wicked and all sorts of plays that are out there today, still kind of carrying on that tradition. What's your favorite part about the new world of musicals in the theater? Because it has changed, it has evolved.
Well, I'll tell you, there's positives and negatives. So the negative, Kate and I went to see a musical on Broadway last year, and we could not believe that almost the entire orchestra was electronic music, guitars, keyboards on the stage. You could see them in the back behind a screen. And we were like, whoa, what's happening? Because we're like old-fashioned, real Broadway music, sax, belting it out, drums. So that is interesting. But what I love is that we're starting to use a lot of new young people right out of school, and getting them in there, getting them trained, people who can play multiple instruments.
Yeah,
that's
a
really
big thing.
interesting. So if you're going, if you have grandkids out there or someone studying music, the more instruments you know, the more electronic music, the more AI that you know, that's what's happening.
There you go. All right, folks, make sure you get out there. June 2nd is the next big meeting. It's going to be at 2 p.m. over in the dining room over at the PAC, Dining Room 1, Clubhouse 3. Make sure you get there. They're going to explore the history of the Broadway show, The Sound of Music. Broadway Music Lovers Club, thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back with a preview of Monday's movie. Stay with us.
Welcome to Adapt to It, your neighborhood resource for all your home medical supplies. For over 20 years, we've helped Laguna Woods stay safe, prevent falls, and remain independent. We modify your shower or bath for safer entry and exit. Stay mobile with walkers, scooters, and wheelchairs as light as 14 pounds. Our lift chairs provide heat, massage, and a gentle lift when you're ready to stand. And at bedtime, our adjustable beds help you find the perfect position for rest. We're here for all your needs throughout the day. When you can't change it, adapt to it.
Return. Oh, my dear, I'm so lonely. Hurry back.
We repair, we restore, we renew. We just want you back together. Maaco, America's Body Shop. Compared to other body shops, Maaco is 33% less and offers lifetime warranties.
And welcome back, everybody. War Dogs is going to be our movie from Monday. It stars Jonah Hill. It's loosely based on a true story of two young men who were arms dealers in the day. So there you go, kind of a fun one. Brought to us by Hoag Orthopedic Institute. Going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. Tomorrow on the program, we're going to welcome assisted living locators and aquadets. So stay tuned for that. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope to make this day a great one.
Can you